Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is December 17th, 2023, and John Laporta has imposed consequences on Barcelona players for their poor performance. Also, River Plate are currently complicating Barcelona's efforts to sign Claudio El Diablito Echeverri. And finally, Vitor Roque could hand Barcelona a financial boost. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and as I've mentioned many times before, I'm currently out of the country on vacation for the holidays, so I haven't been able to post daily videos, but nonetheless, I'm trying to make these short live streams whenever I can in order to keep you up to date on the most important Barcelona news. Now, I did post an earlier video today. That video contained some pretty important news about Barcelona's newest signings, about Joshua Kimmich, about the Super League, and even a brief discussion of my thoughts about what happened between Barcelona and Valencia in Sunday's match or Saturday's match. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure to go to the channel and do so. Having said all of that, excuse me, I'm still sick. But having said all of that, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you are looking for any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the give bag. And if you are looking to place any sports bet, make sure you hit the bet us. Both links are down below in the description. Now let's start with the important news because tomorrow, Monday, December the 18th, we have the Champions League draw that will determine who will Barcelona face in the round of 16. This is the first time Barcelona have qualified to the round of 16 in 3 seasons. The past 2 seasons, Barcelona were knocked out of the group stages and relegated to the Europa League, but this time Barcelona were able to qualify to the round of 16. And since they did qualify as the winner of their group, they will get to face someone who finished second in their group. And there are currently 7 possible options that Barcelona could draw tomorrow, Monday, December the 18th. And those options are PSV Eindhoven, FC Copenhagen, Inter Milan, Leipzig, Napoli, Lazio, and PSG. So again, the 7 possible teams that Barcelona could draw for the round of 16 are PSV Eindhoven, FC Copenhagen, Inter Milan, Leipzig, Napoli, Lazio, or Inter Milan or PSG. And we will know by tomorrow who Barcelona will face. And of course, the first leg of the round of 16 will take place in February, with the second leg of the round of 16 taking place the first week of March. And that will be the home match for Barcelona. So the first match will be away, with the second match in March being home. Now, I do want to hear your thoughts. Who do you prefer for Barcelona to face in the round of 16? Do you prefer someone like PSG, perhaps, given the rivalry between the two? Or would you prefer perhaps a weaker opponent? Maybe, I don't know, someone like PSV Eindhoven or FC Copenhagen. Let me know down below in the description. Now, speaking of, apologize about that, but speaking of Barcelona matches, as you already know, Barcelona have one more match in La Liga before the Christmas break. Barcelona are set to face off against Almeria on Wednesday, December the 20th. And right after that match ends, the players will directly head to the airport, catch a plane that will fly them to Texas, USA, where they will play a friendly match on December 21st for the following day, which will be against the Mexican side, Club America. Now, this is kind of a part of Barcelona's efforts to increase their revenues. As we know, Barcelona are in a difficult financial situation. They have been trying to cut their expenses as much as possible, but they've also been trying to increase their revenues in order to pay off their debts, get out of this financial hole that they're currently in. And this friendly match against Club America on December 21st is one of those ways. Now, it's reported that Joan Laporta has informed Xavi Hernandez that he wants all of the players of the first team to fly to this friendly match. Now, we all know that Joan Laporta said most recently that there will be consequences for losses. Some media outlets took that as Joan Laporta meaning that he's going to fire the coach and fire everybody if the team continues to lose. So that's not exactly what Joan Laporta meant. I mean, if he has to do that, he will do that. but what he meant that there will be other consequences, and this is one of those consequences where he has instructed Xavi Hernandez that he wants all the players of the first team to fly to this friendly match, no matter how tired or exhausted they are, because they need to earn their salaries, because after all, Barcelona players have incredibly high salaries despite having very poor performances for most of this season. So Joan Laporta wants everybody to travel because Barcelona need this money desperately. They're going to make around 5 million euros from this friendly match. Of course, the team had a poor performance against Royal Antwerp that cost us 2.8 million euros in the Champions League. They had another poor performance against Shakhtar Donetsk, which cost us another 2.8 million euros. So that's close to 6 million euros that the team has cost us in the Champions League thanks to the poor performance of many players. And because of that, Joan Laporta wants everybody to fly to the USA, participate in this friendly match so they can earn their salary. And I think that this is the right move. If this was any other season where Barcelona were doing well financially, probably the team most likely would end up resting their stars. They would end up resting their tired players and mostly use youngsters. But given the dire situation of the club, given the poor performance of the players, Joan Laporta wants everybody to travel to the US and participate in this friendly match. Now, speaking of players, let's talk about Claudio El Diablito Echeverri. And it looks like River Plate, his current club, are right now complicating Barcelona's efforts to sign the player. Now, I talked to you about Claudio Echeverri in a previous video. He's a 17-year-old attacking midfielder who plays for River Plate in Argentina. He's kind of one of the most promising young talents in Argentinian football. He's been making a lot of waves given his similarities to Lionel Messi, also given his amazing performance in the Under-17 World Cup that just ended, where he single-handedly knocked out Brazil, scoring 3 goals in the quarterfinals. And Barcelona had been tracking him for quite some time, and then now Barcelona are negotiating with River Plate in order to sign El Diablito Echeverri. Now, as I told you before, there are other clubs who are interested in signing Echeverri, such as Manchester City, such as Chelsea, who are willing to pay his release clause worth 25 million euros. Barcelona cannot afford that, so they were instead trying to negotiate with River Plate, trying to offer more than the release clause, but in exchange, they wanted to make the payments in payment plans. Now, what's the problem? The problem is that River Plate want to keep Claudio Echeverri. They want to renew his contract. They've been trying to get in contact with the player's agent and his entourage to renew his contract. The player and his entourage have been ignoring River Plate's calls because they want to go to Europe. And therefore, River Plate are now upset about the situation. And since they're upset, they're starting to complicate the deal. And now they're not willing to accept payment plans from Barcelona. They want 25 million euros up front, which is the release cost of the player. And that's the only way they'll let the player go. Now, this is a problem for Barcelona because, again, Barcelona cannot afford to pay the 25 million euros up front. They were hoping to negotiate payment plans. But again, because River Plate are upset with the player, they're not willing to negotiate. Now, Echeverri does want to go to Barcelona. His dream is to play for Barcelona. So if he can withstand the pressure from River Plate, if he can force River Plate's hand and say, I only want to go to Barcelona, then maybe we can have a deal happen. But for now, River Plate are complicating things. Now let's talk about more signings because we all know that Vitor Roque will be arriving in the upcoming weeks to Barcelona. He has ended his career in Brazil with Atlético Paranaense. He's expected to join his new teammates in Barcelona on December 28th, as soon as the Christmas break is over. Excuse me. And I'm here to tell you that Vitor Roque, has been reported in Brazil, could hand Barcelona a financial boost. Now, we all know Barcelona are currently in dire need for goals. Lewandowski has been missing a lot of shots. We don't have anyone else who can score goals. Joao Felix, Rafinha are not really goal scorers, so Barcelona will need a desperate help from Vitor Roque in scoring goals. So, and of course, that's one of the main reasons Barcelona are bringing him. But today in Brazil are reporting that not only will Barcelona benefit football-wise or sporting-wise from Vitor Roque's arrival, but they will also benefit financially from his arrival because the marketing agency EFE in Brazil have estimated that Vitor Roque could have a huge marketing impact, that he could be at the level of players like Vinicius Jr. or Rodrigo as far as marketing, as far as making a name of himself, as far as becoming a name brand. And of course, by joining Barcelona, not only would he be growing his own name brand and his own marketing prowess, if you may, but he would also be helping Barcelona because, of course, Barcelona would benefit from that marketing, which would translate in more people going to the stadium to watch him play, more people buying his jerseys, Barcelona merchandise, more people tuning into matches. That all translates into more money for Barcelona. It could also attract more sponsors for Barcelona, which again would mean more money for the club. Because after all, Vitor Roque does have a marketing deal with Nike, which just goes to show the potential of marketing potential this player has, which again, Barcelona could benefit from. Now, speaking of Brazilian players, I saw this news and I thought that it was pretty interesting, but you might have heard of this guy. His name is Yan Quoto. He is a 21-year-old right back who's currently shining with Girona. He's on loan from Manchester City to Girona. I saw him against Barcelona. He had an incredible match, really fast right back, your typical Brazilian right back, kind of someone like Dani Alves. And it seems that Barcelona were very close to signing him back in 2020. They had actually reached a deal. They had agreed on all the terms. His agents had flown to the city of Barcelona with the contract in order to get all the signatures done. And in the final moments, the deal fell through. And well, today, Yan Quoto revealed why that happened, and it seemed that Pep Guardiola called him personally. And once Pep Guardiola called him, he said the deal with Barcelona was off. And of course, he joined Manchester City, where he has been on constant loans, most recently now with Girona, where he has been having an incredible season. And I have no doubt that Pep Guardiola could end up calling him back. Now, one last news, and we'll talk about Niko, who we all know, of course, came up through the Barcelona Academy. He looked like a very promising player, like someone who could become, a big star in Barcelona. Unfortunately, that didn't work out. He started losing prominence. He then started losing minutes. Eventually, Barcelona ended up selling him to Porto for 8.4 million euros. And while it seems like he's not succeeding at the Portuguese club either, so it seems that his agents have now offered him to Girona, because Girona are looking to reinforce their midfield during the winter transfer market. So Niko's agents have offered him to Girona. There's still no answer yet, but there is the possibility of seeing Niko back in Catalonia. Of course, it wouldn't be at FC Barcelona, but it would be at Girona. Anyways, that is all the news I have for you. Again, I did an earlier video today. If you haven't checked it out yet, make sure you check it out. I'm still out of the country. I'm still doing these short live streams to keep you up to date whenever I can. Thank you for watching them. Thank you for your comments, your likes, and your subscriptions. I will see you in the next video. And as always, be scars.